Welcome to today's section of Let's Trade Gold. So today's topic is psychological level. So but before I start about the psychological level, let's say about the topic for today. I would like to do a little recap of our last topic, which is swing point phantom. And after the little recap on swing point phantom, if you understand more about swing point phantom on gold, you can drop a comment on the comment section and let me know what you think about it and what I should do more about it. So this is I'm looking at this section here. You can see gold 4 hours. So that's it. The swing point phantom. The first time frame is 4 hours, followed by the 15 minutes. So that's the time frame, the 4 hours time frame. That's where you look for your swing point. So this is 4 hours here. It's looking active. It's not doing anything right. So these days here, I saw a swing point here. Yeah. So I saw a swing point here on 23 March 2023. I saw a swing point here validated. Yeah. So let me show you when the swing point occurs. I was telling my followers there's a swing point here. You can do something with it. So let me show you. This is here. How you can see it here. Gold 4 hours. Market broke the 9080 and create a swing point phantom. So this is swing point that occurs here. There's a reference level there also, institutional reference level 1980. So this swing point occurs. I was notifying them that the swing point occur. They should use a swing point phantom. So this is here. So this is swing point that occurs. So let's go on with the step of trading a swing point phantom. After you find out your swing point on the 4 hours time frame, the second step you do is identify where the swing point occurs. Yeah, where it occurs and the validation. So the second step is go down to 15-minute time frame and see what happens. Okay, now so this is 15-minute time frame. You can see it here. So this is a 15-minute time frame, and this is the whole swing point that occurs on the 4 hours time frame. So the next step is taking a fib and join first fib from the upper validation to the lower. So you capitalize on the 50% retracement level. That's the 50% retracement level. That will be your entry, right? But on the 50% retracement level, there's something you need to see. We have this bullish proportion block. You can also call it a demand block. You have a demand block here. Me putting my entry on this candle here, on this below this demand or this proportion block, below this bullish proportion block, putting my entry at this below, it's of low probability of market getting there because there's a block here that traded inside this old block, which is called a proportion block, a bullish proportion block, and also a demand block. So instead of me putting my entry at this 50%, I'm going to return my entry to 62% because this 62% is above the 50% of this candle. Yeah, of this old candle here, it's above the 50% of this old candle. So I'm going to put my entry at this 62% retracement level. You understand? So now instead of using the 50%, the reason why I did not use the 50% retracement level is because there is a block there. There's a bullish proportion block or a demand block there. So I don't want to see market coming below this demand block. So I don't want to miss this trade. That's why I put my entry at the 62%, not anymore at the 50, but at the 62 now because there's a block there. Now this is 62% retracement level. So you put your entry at the 62% retracement level because there's a bullish proportion block at the 50% retracement level. Now you don't want to see market coming down here to take out or to take you in. So you can put your entry at the 62% retracement level. You understand? So now for the stop loss, the law says that you put your stop loss below this low. Yeah, but you can put your stop loss below this candle here, this whole candle here, because there's a fair value gap here, and you don't want to see market coming down. If market is going to come down, like coming down, the where it can come to is this fair value gap that is here. There's a fair value gap here. That's where market can come into, and that's the reason why, to be on the safer side, you need to put your stop loss below this candle. So now for the entry or the take profit, your take profit is at the 1.618 level. That's 180 pips. So let me show you the real thing, the real trade I took. I think I took it with the VIPs members, and yeah, I took it. So this is the real trade I took here. This is it here, buy limit. This is the old scenarios that occur. You see where I put my stop loss. My stop loss was below this candle here, because I was expecting that if market is going to come in, it should not come in below this candle. My entry was not at the 0.62, because I saw a institutional reference level 1980. So I was expecting market not to go below this 1980. So I put my entry at 1980, and I put my stop loss below this. So I think that's how I did it on the live. But you can use the 0.62 also. I think the 0.62 also is this is the whole buy that occurs, and this is the take profit. This is the take profit. You can see the whole scenarios that occur. Market was struggling at the 1980 before it gets my take profit, and that's almost 160 pips. So I think that's the whole trade, and that's how it look like. You can take the trades, and that's about the swing point phantom. So if you want to join the Telegram channel, you can click on the link is in the description. You can click on it and join. And let's get started with today's topic, which is the psychological level on Let Trade Gold section. The psychological level on gold. So we start by defining what the psychological level is. So let's bring the understanding of what a psychological level is before we start the strategies on psychological level. So now, my definition of what the psychological level is that psychological level is the whole figure price, point of price where market actually reacted from. And this psychological level is talking about a whole figure. If you have, like in gold now, if you're having a $2,000 dollars price, is different from 198. The 198 is not more of all figures. Market returning from there can be of a lock, but market returning from a $2,000 price is more of a whole figure. It is called a psychological level. Market, there's a way market is being priced on the bank levels, whereby they price the market at all figures like 1930, 1920, 1970, 1980, 2000s, in a whole figures, not like 210, 12 or 210s. No, you bring market to a whole figures. When market is in the whole figures, and if you look at the psychological level on gold is 100 pips apart. So let's say, for example, now I'm looking at the psychological level that is here. This is where we base our trade on today. This line here is 1910. You can see my line. I demarcated the whole psychological level on my chart, so for me to understand where market is reacting from. So this line here is 1910. Yeah, so which means that 1,910. So that's dollars for a price of the gold at that particular moment. So I'm looking for every psychological level. You see a reaction of market. So it depends on how strong that psychological level is. But for a real definition of what psychological level is, it's talking about a whole figure. If you trade Euro USD, if you trade cable, you trade fibers, you trade a lot of them there. Their psychological level may be 50 50 pips apart, but for gold the psychological level is 100 pips apart. So from year to year is 100 pips, from year to year is 100 pips, from year to year is 100 pips. So if you base yourself on the psychological level, you're going to see more of trade, because the market reacted from every psychological level. There's a reaction. Look at this whole candle here. This is the reaction. Market moves all from this whole psychological level 19, that's 1900 level. See how market reacted from. There's lots of reaction. You can see this whole reaction, bodies on the 1000. See the whole reaction from the 1910 levels. You can see all reaction from this level 1930 levels. There's a whole lot of reaction levels on the psychological level. So the psychological level is just talking about a whole figure, and the distance or the range between each psychological level is 100 pips. So market is going to trade on a whole pip, like 100, 200, 300, 1000. For you see market trading on 12 pips, 58, 59, 50 is not of all figures. So I have studied gold for a while, and I see that market reacted from all psychological level from. So it's your own to find the one psychological level you wanted, or where market reacted from. But this today's topic is very simple, and is something you can do at anywhere. It's something as a beginner. If you look at market in this kind of phase, on this kind of lookout, you're going to get more trade than anybody else. I'm telling you, it's very simple and it's very psychological in nature, as the topic implies. So the psychological level. So let's begin. So the first thing, after you know the definition of what psychological level is, the whole figures, the range between psychological level is 100 pips. So now the next thing is, come down to your time frame, 4 hours time frame. This is where you're going to stay more long into. You're not going to go down to 15 minutes looking for trade up and down. You need to have an higher time frame that will guide you in your direction, so that you can have a profitable trade on the lower time frame. So this is a 4 hours time frame now we are looking here. So come down to your 4 hours time frame. So what you just want to look for is very simple. Take your box here. Now I'm going to look for trades where market reacted from. Now see this whole reaction that caused this candle to be a doji candlestick. Yeah, you know about candlesticks patterns. So this is a doji, right? Market reacted a whole lot of weeks. So let this market to close. Now this thing comes to your senses that there is a reaction from here, which makes this whole candles here to weak itself out. So which means that, number one thing, the weak come from a psychological level. Number two is that is on the 4 hours. So which means that you have high probability that market wanted to buy. Market wanted to be a buyer, but you're not going to buy at that sense, because market comes down to a psychological level. You're not going to buy it like that. That's not why you are going to buy from. So now put your when you see this market, when you see this candlestick close, the next thing you do is put your box on it to demarcate this candle, that okay, I want to see these candles. Let me put it onto 15 minutes. So let's go down to our 15 minutes. Yeah. So let's go down to our 15 minutes and see. Okay, now so this is 15-minute time frame. You can see it here. So now this box here that we drew, do you know where we draw it from? Draw it from a 4 hours time frame, and we have a reason of joining it because there's a lot of reaction there. Market reacted. The moment you get to the psychological level, 1910 level, market reacted a lot, and from year to year is 100 pips. You can see the whole reaction. It's big, right? So now what you need to do on 15-minute time frame is very easy. What you need to do is that I'm going to teach you one patterns that you need to trade with. Trade with it. When you get to the 15-minute time frame, that's what you are going to look for. Draw it on your paper, draw it on your books. This is what you want. This is what you want to scan for. Nothing lesser than that, nothing above that. You just want to scan for this pattern. So let's get started with it. Yeah. So let me go on to what is it called? Okay, now so this is the pattern here. It's a very simple one, right? One, see market going below it, then there is this. Number one thing you want to see is that you want to see market breaking the structure downward. Number two is that you want to see market changing the character, and then yeah, so the change character. And the third thing is you want to see the order block. So this is the whole scenarios that you are going to look for when you are going to your 15-minute time frame. Whenever you spot a reaction on 4 hours at a psychological level, you saw it and the 4 hours candlestick has closed, then you go to your 15-minute time frame. This is what you are looking for, and this is what you want to anticipate. You don't want to do more than this. So let's get straight into the chart. Okay, yeah, so this is the chart here now. So according to my diagram that I showed here, number one thing is you want to see a break of market structure downward. You can see this downward. Number two is that you want to see a change of character, right? Is that not how the diagram goes? That's how the diagram goes. Yeah, number three is you want to see the order block, right? And at the order block there, you need to understand that there is something called a proportion block. A proportion block is the block that traded inside an order block. So you must not take away your eyes from a proportion block, because there must be a reaction. This is the order block, right? This is the order block, right? Wow, this is the order block. The number two thing is that there is this block here that traded inside this order block. That's number two, right? So this guy here, yeah. So you're gonna put our entry at this and put our stop loss at this psychological level, because you don't want market to come back there. You understand? You don't want market to come back there, and that is the reason why we draw this box on 4 hours. This is a 4 hour candlestick that reacted from the psychological level. And the number two thing is that now we do our all strategies. Okay, let me try and go back to your stop again, so I can just fast and grab yourself and see. Okay, so this is how it goes. One, you're gonna see it here. Number two, see a break of market structure. Number three, you see a change of character. Number four, you see another block. Number five, it goes beyond your imagination. So that's how it goes, right? So this is how it goes. Number one, you see a break of market structure. Number two, you see a change of character. And number three, you see an order block. So in the order block aspect, I told you there is something we call a proportion block. You need to understand how proportion block works. You see, proportion block is just a block that traded inside another block. The moment a block traded inside another block, you need to reference that block as a proportion block. There is a high probability that market is going to react on that proportion block instead of the other block. So so that you should not miss a trade, you need to reference a proportion block. So let's get started. So this is what we want to see, right? So now this is what you have seen. Number one, a break of market structure. Number two, a change of character. Number three, the order block. The proportion block is a block that traded inside the order block. So you put your stop loss at the psychological level, because you did not want to see market coming back to the same psychological level that this 4 hours candlestick have retraced from. Okay, so let's see. So you can just put your take profit on top this eye, or you should put your take profit at the psychological level here also. The psychological level here also, which is 1940. So this is a there's a buy stop here, which I also call the liquidity. The liquidity here. So you can just put it here, and let's see. 83, 230 pips as a profit. Yeah, obviously the amazing movements. So the whole 230 pips on one particular trade, that's amazing, right? So just do it this way, these guys. So that's the whole structure and the whole steps for the psychological level set up on gold. So for the next video, stay tuned and don't forget to give me a like, shares and comment. Please comment what you think about the swing point phantom, why you not using it, what is your hindrances, so I can know how I'm going to do videos on it. And don't forget, this is the Let's Trade Go section. Don't forget to do well to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. I love you all. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you, and don't forget, Jesus is Lord. Thank you.